Okay guys, now it's time to solving enumerating Active Directory room on TryHackMe. You know we are on the red teaming paths, and it's time to be solving the compromising Active Directory paths over here. So we got the before Active Directory basics, breaching Active Directory, and enumerating. Now it's time to solve enumerating Active Directory. If you know about it, what does it mean enumerating and how is it gonna working on Active Directory? Now it's time to be listening here too clearly. So I'm just gonna be show you guys and how is it running enumerating for Active Directory. I really like the Active Directory room on TryHackMe because it could be fun and it could be just so good. So when I got it before, when I saw this before these rooms, it gives to me some information about this. For example, if you're working at a company and now it's time to be using the Active Directory on your skills. Alright, the first of all we have to be doings here. There is actually the two types to solve these rooms. The first one is using your own Kali Linux, and the second one, come over here and start attack box and you can solve this room. So before do this, I want to be explaining guys. In your life, as a way in making your way, you have never that means or you will never using TryHackMe again for Active Directory on your company. So that means that you have to be learning how networking is running and how networking server is running on another server and how is it big connection. You just have to be know about it. So today we are not gonna be using attack box, all of things we have to be doing here with our own Kali Linux. So I'm just gonna go here. The first of all what we're doing here is actually giving us how is it be running. We just have to be come over here, no attack box. We have to be go for a red looking at AD enumeration. You have to be come over there and give here to access, open link and new tab. You have to be go networks and choosing here AD enumeration. So you have to be download on your Kali Linux. So I'm just gonna go here on my downloads file. Now I think it's time to be running it. Alright, so I'm just gonna be say open VPN and then giving here AD enumeration the open VPN file. So now if you're running here controller R, it's giving us the here nope. Alright, let me choosing the AD enumeration. Now we have access to VPN server for this room. Now we can close tabs, close these tabs now, and then go for start the server. Alright, we are start network server here now. So the first of all guys we have to be doing here, let me thinking like that, we have to be working different server to getting Active Directory or get Active Directory or for our system. So how is it be possible? We have to be changing our networking hardware configuration with the server and then add this to own server to changing with for this server. So it's gonna be fine for us because it's gonna be we can use this network server like to us, or we can like to the server, or if you what you want to be before. If you're gonna be checking the red team or blue team, I have no idea actually. So this is your decision. Okay. So let me go there. I think it's time to be configured to networking file, and networking simplest is already there. So the first of all I want to be show you guys. You have to be actually is come over here and there's two things you have to be know about it. So the first one is the important this is so important to us. I mean you have to be understand clearly. And the first one, if you are using your virtual machine for your Kali, you have to be choosing here wired connection 1. But if you're not using virtual machine for Kali, you have to be come over here and choose here the what you want to be connection server, the Wi-Fi here. For example, I'm just gonna be choose this and say the settings here, go for IP vault for settings, and then go up, give this IP addresses on this additional DNS servers is over there, and just say save it. So now I think is for you have to be actually try this with looking for, let's just come your own terminal. I'm just gonna say for it VPN. Okay, you have to be come here and say ns look up TryHackMe dc.za.tryhackme.com. So it's giving us this something like that. But if you're not getting this message, you have to be changing your system CTR restore network manager like that. You just come over here and paste it and then run this command. So it's giving us this connection server, network server. So why? Because we have to be accessed another server here. Now it's time to be trying to run this command on your Kali Linux, and it's giving us tryhackme.com and this password and this IP address. Now we are has an access this server. Now if you are getting all of things here, but if you want to be using on attack box, you have to be go there and then just you have to be copy this and then paste on your attack box terminal and then run it, just that. So if you're understanding here clearly, now we have to be getting sold this room. Okay guys, so let me go there. Okay, I think we have to be using here SSH say at tryhackme.com for using, or can be using SSH, and I'm getting here to shell. Okay, this is giving us some URL, I think is over there. So it's giving us the credential provider. I'm just gonna say get credentials. So it's giving us some credential. For example, is username, your credentials have been generated. The username Ricky Barker, and then password is sac or something like that. I have no idea how can I be spell it. I'm just gonna say on my notes, and then say here to give this, and for password is the password equal this. We have to be save it on or not, I think so. Okay, now we can using for SSH access, you can use the following as command. Alright, are we gonna be do it? So I'm just gonna say clear all of things here, and SSH za.tryhackme.com, giving here backslash, double backslash definitely, and go your notes, and for Active Directory username is Ricky Barker, Ricky.Barker. It's our username is getting here. So, and for password we have to be doing after, I'm just gonna say at connection with TryHackMe jump1-ca.tryhackme.com. Yep, like that. So it's giving us this what's password. This password is equal this. I'm just gonna be copy. Alright, like that. Come over here and paste. So now we have to be shell. We got shell here. Now I think we have to be using for task 4, 5, and 6. Alright, I have completing the breaching Active Directory network, and I'm ready to learn about Active Directory enumeration techniques. Yes, I have connected the network, configured DNS. Yeah, we got it if you remember here. And then I have requested my credential pair from the distributor and verified that can RDP SSH into TryHackMe jump1 site. Yes. So alright, if you are getting here clearly, now we can go for task 2, credential injection. I think we have to be learning before enumerating Active Directory. Before jumping into Active Directory objects and enumeration, let's first talk about credential injection methods. From the breaching Active Directory network, you will have seen that credentials are often found without compromising domain compromising domain joined machine. Specific enumeration techniques may require the particular setup to work. Windows versus Linux. If you know the enemy and know yourselves, you need to be fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained you will also suffer defeat. Yeah, it's really cool. And run as explain it. What is run as? Why we're using this? Have you ever found Active Directory credential but nowhere to log in with them? Run as may be an answer you have been looking for. In security assessments, you will often have network access and have just discovered Active Directory credential but have no means privilege to create new domain joint machine. So we need to be able to use those credentials on a Windows machine we control. If we have the Active Directory credentials, oh my god, what's my phone problem? So, to give username and password, we can run as legitimate Windows binary to inject credential into memory. The usual run as command would look like something like this. So, okay, it's giving us how can we are running run as the exit. And I think we will be doing here after, so I have no idea about it. They're reading all of things here. I'm just gonna go forward to my SSH box here and go back for using clear here. I'm just gonna say clear and say here ns look up for the TryHackMe.com. Yes, it's giving us some credential information, for example the IP address, and the name is the DNS request is giving here. So I think we have to be looking here to go for tools. Alright, let me go. It's gonna be tools here. Yep, let me just say go tools, and I'm just gonna say there. So it's giving us the sharp.exe file and the BloodHound zip file here and the binary file. So we have to be checking here there, and then backslash double backslash, that means our TryHackMe.com, and then looking for what? Looking for system volume like that. Okay. So yep, there's an TryHackMe.com has a system volume. It's on into Windows system volume domain. So it's giving us TryHackMe.com is the junction. So now we have to be looking for IP versus hostname. Is there a difference between their TryHackMe.com system volume and their destination IP system volume, and what is not destination IP thing? Alright, about DNS. There's a quite a difference and boils down to authentication method being used. When you provide the hostname, network authentication will attempt first to perform Kerberos authentication. Since Kerberos authentication uses hostname embedded in tickets, if you provide the IP instead, we can first an authentication type of NTLM while as the surface. This does not matter to you right now. It's good to understand this last difference since they can allow you to remain more stealthy during red team assessment. So how come we are using inject credentials? Know that they haven't injected or AD credentials into memory. This is where the fun begins. With the not only option network communication, we'll use this injected credential for authentication. This include all network communication application executed for the command pro window. So I'm just gonna hear the chat GPT, and maybe we have to be asking some question on it. What native Windows binary allows to inject credential legitimately into memory? This is run as the exam. Yep, like that. What parameter option is run as binary while ensure the injected credential are used for all network connection? It's not. It's gonna be not online. Not only. What network folder domain controller is accessible to ban by any authentication ID account from GPU information? Oh my gosh, I have no idea. I'm just gonna be asking it to ChatGPT if it's gonna be working. The network folder domain system wall. Yeah, that's true. It's equal to system volume. Yeah, like that. And when performing there's a TryHackMe system wall, what type of authentication performed by default? It's giving us Kerberos authentication. Kerberos authentication. Yes, that's correct. So we got in here task 2, and now I think it's time to go enumeration through Microsoft Management Console. Okay, I love this. So I'm thinking about it. I can explain this detail too much, guy, because this is the most important things for the CMS and I'm sorry, MIMES. And what is MIMES and how is it with runnings and how come we are using MIMES? I'm gonna explain all of things here, guy. Alright. You should have complete Active Directory basics room. We got it before. You can watch this video. So I think it's time to be using RDP here, right? Yes. Connect and TryHackMe using RDP. You're providing credential from task 1. Perform this task. So, okay, let me go there. I'm just gonna say File, New tab, and say here Ramina. I wanna be using Ramina here, guys. So, using TryHackMe jump 1 IP addresses here. I'm just gonna give 10.200. and 68.248. I'm just gonna say enter for it. So yep, that's true because it's asking us RDP authentication credential here. I'm just gonna be using like that. Let me go here one more time. So we have to be actually giving for username, it's Ricky Barker. I'm just gonna say Ricky.Barker. And for password, let me right now like that. Let me say copy this and giving for password, and the domain is equal to tryhackme.com. Okay. Now we are accessing Ricky Barker Windows desktop here, and then we can use Windows desktop directly. So we have to be go forward to MIMES, right? So I'm just gonna be go there, and then say here Ramina. Let me go Ramina one more time. You have to be running and Windows R, and come over here for run PowerShell. You just have to be right MMC, yep, like that, and the enter, not like MMC. There's an not 3M, just giving here for double M. So it's giving us console what we are doing before on Active Directory basics. So I actually wanna be show you guys is like that. That means our how come we are using it with. Yep. Okay, I'm using like that. So now I think we have to be adding here. Just go for file and add remote snap in over here. Now we have to be adding here all of Active Directory snapping. I'm just gonna go here Active Directory, adding Active Directory domains, and add that. If there is an Active Directory snapping, you have to be adding here to select that snap scene. So if you're adding 3 stuff here, you can actually using OK, and I think it's now time to go for giving us the credential for say at TryHackMe.com. So you just have to be come over here Active Directory domains trust and say here the right clicks change forest for giving root domain say at TryHackMe.com and hit OK. So the second one, you have to come over here, Active Directory sites and services. You have to be changing this first with the@tryhackme.com. Okay, it's already is giving here. You can read that and looking for it, but I'm just gonna be show you how to be using manually. Okay, let me right click and say change forest, and the@tryhackme.com, it could be here. I'm just gonna be say enter and waiting for go change domain and say here the@tryhackme.com, and then now we have to be right click Active Directory user and computers. Okay, which one is Active Directory user and computers? I think it's third one, but let me check it. I have to be sure. Yep. And then right click and say with, and then go here advanced features. So now, oh my god, what's my phone problem? So I think we have to be using this now. Okay, I'm just gonna be go around one more time and say it with like that, the@tryhackme.com. Okay guys, we have now accesses the@tryhackme.coms to all of the@tryhackme.com, all those things here. For example, the groups, users, and any company, employer, groups, domains, and computers, and employer, all of things here. So I just want to be using with like, no, it's not gonna be working. What? How I'm gonna be giving you too clearly? Yep, like that. Now it's gonna be working. So okay guys, all right, that's all. Oh yeah, that's all. So now I think we can answer this question. How many computer objects are part of servers organizational units? So that means that we have to be come over here to servers, and there's an TryHackMe IIS computer and TryHackMe MDT computer is over there. So that means that this answer could be 2. Yes, that's correct. So now looking for how many computer objects are part of workstation organizational units. So that means that we have to be go here to workstations. So there's an TryHackMe jump 1 computer. That means that this answer is equal to 1. How many department organizational units does organization consist of? Give me hint. Look under a people organizational unit. Alright, let me go here for what? We have to be checking here people. So it's giving us organizational groups: sales, marketing, IT, human resource, finance, engineering, and consulting. There's now 7 organization is over there. How many admin tiers does that organization have? So look under of admin organizational units. So we have to be looking here to admin. There's an T0, T1, and 2. That means our thing is equal to 3. So that's correct. So the last one is what is value of select stored and description attribute T-zone screen account. So we have to be go here and let me select T0. So there's an T0 screens user here. We have to be go right clicks and say properties for reading this valid credential. So it's giving a description is equal to TryHackMe enumerating via MMC. So I'm just gonna say here TryHackMe enumerating via TryHackMe enumerating via MMS. Yep, that's correct. So now I think we are getting, if you are understanding it. So this is time to go task 4. In this task 4 we are using SSH because we got to read it before, if you remember. So let me go task 4, and then now I think as we're using my SSH is over here. So okay, command and prompt. There are times when you just need to perform quick and dirty Active Directory lookup, and commands prompt has your back. Good old reliable CMD is handy when you perhaps have the RDP access the system. Defenders are monitoring for PowerShell. Use unit to perform your Active Directory enumeration through the remote access Trojan. It can be helpful to embed couple simple Active Directory enumeration commands in your phishing payload, help you gain vital information that can help you stage final attack. So let me thinking like that. We have no access to RDP. We just getting shell here, and how come we are using the command prompt on our PowerShell or something like that, on or just SSH shell. So I'm just gonna go here on my SSH. For example, we have to be looking for on this SSH. I'm just gonna clear all of things here and then say we are generally using for looking for user. We are run here net user. Now we have to be running here net user domain. So it's giving us this some information about the user. There is an all employer is over here for on TryHackMe. This is a TryHackMe employer on user if you want to be check it like that. So now we have the employer username is over there, which username is actually giving on this domain server, working on domain server. So if we're gonna be checking here, just say net user for Zoe Marshall just /domain, and it's giving us this gathering information about Zoe Marshall. So Zoe Marshall username and full name and account activates, for example, its most important things is here. Not gonna be using RDP. So let me go PowerShell. The most important things here is account activates. This is gonna be yes. It's any good news for us if we are working to hacking this machine. And password expires never, and use may change password yes, or something like that. You can gathering information about the user what with work run this command net user Zoe Marshall and domain here. The any important things here you can check it for the net group domain like that. So it's giving us this groups on the server, which groups has to be doing before. If you remember, like go here, see here, it's giving us some group to us. So there is an to which groups are running on the server. For example, domain admins, domain controllers, domain guests, domain users, enterprise admins. So I think this will be fine because we are generally using here different things for giving this domain name, and then add here the groups, display this filter contactly. So how come we are running this? Just look it for net group one more time. We are generally using it, and I'm using quotation mark here, and in this quotation mark we have to be adding here which domain group you have to be looking for. For example, I'm just gonna be looking for tier 1 admins here. I'm just gonna be copy this and then say here what we were doing before, regular, and say domain. So it's giving us this tier 1 admins, tier 1 admins here. For example, tier 1 Arthur.Tyler. The Arthur.Tyler is admins on tier 1. So it's a good news to us because we have now as accessible tools groups, for example this admins groups employer. So that was so good. So okay, what was the another things? Net accounts domain. This is most important things on the because it's for password policy. We have to be checking our phishings or not. Generally we is using phishings. We are generally using brute force attacks, this hack this password or usernames. If you remember, we got it before. So we have to be know about the password policy. It's gonna be using some number and symbol and the length. And then how can we are checking this server or target company password policy? Just you have to be adding here net accounts like that, and then say here domain. So it's giving us this password policy. For example, the most important things here, look at observation window minutes is giving us 30 minutes is over there. That means that we have to be looking for minutes are all of things here on the net accounts domain. It's giving us policy about password. So this is of the end of the command prompt on the PowerShell. Now I think we can answer the question. Let me go question. Apart per the domain user group, what other group is the Aaron Harris account member of? So we can using Aaron Harris like that. Let me say copy this and come over here. I'm just gonna say net user and give this username, and regular we are generally adding here at domain. So it's giving us this the Aaron Harris gathering information for Aaron Harris. So this the last part, they're giving us global group memberships. The first one is domain user. You can check it, and we have to be doing apart from this. The second one, internet access. That means this answer is equal to internet access here. So is the guest account active? Now we have to be checking for guest accounts. I'm just gonna be say here net user, and I'm giving here to for username guest like that, and then say here slash domain. Yep, and you have to be checking account active is no. So we have to be checking here now. Okay, how many accounts or member of tier 1 admins groups? If you remember we are getting before, I'm just gonna come over here and say net group tier 1 admins and slash domain. So there is a 1, 2, 3. So there is a 3 and 5 and 7. 7 employer is there. So I'm just gonna say 7. So what is account lookup duration of current password policy in a minute? If you remember we got it before, I'm just gonna be show you guys how come you're looking for. I'm just gonna say net accounts and domain one more time. So it's giving us password policy if you remember, and look and here there's the lookup duration current password policy minutes is giving us a 30 seconds is over there. So and that 30 minutes is over there. So we are getting the command prompts here for enumeration. So now I think it's time to go enumeration through PowerShell here. I think it's most important things for enumeration, because we are generally using for the CTF. If you remember the Windows CTF, we are generally using PowerShell, and I'm getting here get-ad user, get-ad or something like that. We are generally using this command, so we have to be understand here clearly. For getting, we have to be learn about how can we are working on PowerShell and what does it mean get ad user here. So you have to be common here. I'm just gonna say CLS for clearing out all of things here, and you can be changing it with your shell here, the PowerShell. You're not gonna be using CMD, and then now time to be using with PowerShell here. So why we're using PowerShell? Because get-ad user is just gonna be running on this PowerShell, guys. So here I'm just gonna be show you how can we are working with get-ad user. I'm just gonna come here and say get-active directory user like that. So it's gonna be we can use get active directory and enumerate active directory user now. So for here the identify the account name that we are enumerating. So for the account name that we're enumerating, we have to be using here -ident, yep, like that, identify here. Now we can using some which user we have to be adding here. I'm just gonna be say, for example, here Gordon Stevens we got in before, if you remember. On the we're gonna be using Gordon Stevens. I remember Gordon Stevens, so I think it's gonna be for on this breaching video. So now anyway, so let me go to dash server here, and then the server is giving us, since we're the NAT domain joined, we have to be use this parameter point in our domain controller. So we have to be giving server here TryHackMe.com, and then the most important things we have to be adding here properties, which properties associated with account will be shown, and then the multiply will show us properties. So I'm just gonna say properties, and then giving here multiply like that. So it's giving us some gathering information about the Stevens here, and then for example account expires is over here, bad password time, and then canonical name. If you're using some real world company, there is all of value is here will be gonna be not empty like that. So this is good idea for getting Active Directory user and over here. So okay, let me go for PowerShell one more time to here. So we have to be adding to on my note. I'm just gonna say one more time get an Active Directory user here, and we now can be filtering for example, we have to be checking for single quotation mark and give here name dash like with using some single quotation mark here and giving it this multiply. For example, we have to be checking for Stevens. We have to be add here Stevens, what you're doing base value, it's it's your decision, and say here dash server one more time. You have to be adding so all of your get Active Directory user or something like that command, and the server is equal to tryhackme.com, tryhackme.com here. And then now we have to be checking for format table name and same account name is like that. So we have to be, that means we have to be adding here to grab like that and say format dash table and with using name, and then say here same account for just looking for same, oh my god, for same account name here, just giving for it dash capital A like that. So it's giving us this Stevens, or just injuring the Stevens here. So that means we're just looking for Stevens. Okay, you can actually thinking of like that. You have to be checking Stevens, or just you're remembering the Stevens on your mind, but you have no idea about username or something about this any important information. You have to be using this filter and checking for Stevens for on its server. Okay, now it's time to be the most important things, get Active Directory groups is over there. So okay guys, you just have to be come over there and say CLS. I'm just gonna be clear all of things here. For example, looking for groups on the server, you just have to be using get AD group like that, and then get Active Directory group. So giving here identity, and then using administrators. For example, we have to be checking administrator groups here. If you remember, I said before, all your get command prompt on your PowerShell, you have to be adding here server. The server is tryhackme.com. So It's giving us the administrator information on the server. For example, object ID is over there. There's any other administrator groups information. You can check it like that. So it's giving here for just giving it one more time, and you have to be, if you are adding here to members, it gives you administrator members on the server. No, it's gonna be not working. Or not members, it's equal to be member, because there isn't a one member maybe. So these are to administrator member. For example, the name is domain admins and enterprise admins, and domain admins, enterprise admins, and the background and administrator. There is an 4 administrator is working on the server. For example, you can check at administrator, enterprise admins, or domain admins here. You're thinking about that there are admin, but let me check it background. They'll not look like this admin like. So you have to be checking the get AD group member for getting a member of administrator. So now we have to be checking for Active Directory objects. For example, if you want to be checking here, there's a note like that. If you want to be checking the date, for example, you want to be checking date, you can use this command, and then command here get AD object dash filter when changing get change data includes the data object the server. They say TryHackMe. This is not important with the behavior is like that, but you can check it if you want to be use it. So now it's the another things, the domain. You can check it, get domain server, they TryHackMe and gives your domain here. And the most important things, you can here the set Active Directory account password. For example, for Gordon Stevens server, say TryHackMe is giving here old password, and then this you can change this password with new password here. I think we're gonna be working, we're gonna be using here for on this question. So I'm just gonna go my question, and I'm using this on this question below. Okay, what is value of title attribute bad null? So we have to be checking for bad null here, right? So how come we are using bad null? Let me go up, and how come we are using for bad null here? I would just have to be using this, and go here to on my PowerShell. I'm just gonna say paste it, and I'm changing Gordon Steves with bad null. Okay, bad null, and so it's giving us the bad null's value information is over here. We have to be checking for what user get as the user set purported receivable properties here. Okay. So let me go down. So it's giving us this, and actually which value we have to be looking for, I have no idea which value we have to be looking for here. Alright. Okay, I just want to be listening user and continue it. Okay, guy. Title is equal to senior here. So that means or this answer is equal to senior. Right? Correct? Alright. What is value of distinguished name attribute native managing? So we have to be looking at native managing like that. So let me say copy this and go for hint, get ID user properties, we see all properties here. So I'm just gonna be running it before and I'm sorry again. So just changing with username identity to for anything managing. So we have to be looking on distinguished name here, right? So yeah, distinguished name is over here. Just let me copy this and came here and yes, that's correct. So when was tier 2 admins group created? So how come we're looking for that? We have to be using get AD group here. I'm just gonna say yep, like that. Okay. Get Active Directory group and then dash identity will be equal to tier 2 admins and then dash server will to be equal to TryHackMe.com. Nope. Get AD groups a positional program cannot from argument 2. We have to be checking on it this alright. How can I using get AD group with 4 okay, and then say here dash server to equal to TryHackMe.com. Yes, it's giving some information about tier 2 admins here. No. Okay. Get ID group directly here. Okay. With using get AD group. Alright. Just try it with dash server TryHackMe.com. No. Dash server TryHackMe.com. For server say TryHackMe.com. No, it's giving us nothing. No. It's giving nothing. Okay, just let me try. Yes. All right. Yes. So it's giving us this credential here. But how come you're checking for? We have to be looking here. Properties. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna say for it, this is our February 24. February is equal to 2 and 24 on this 2022, and then this is equal to, or yes, that's correct, but alright, that's correct. Thanks. And I think we have to be using is get here, get dash active directory group for identify on tire to admins and say dash server is equal to TryHackMe.com for properties, giving it. So yeah, it's, oh my god, we can check it like that. It's already here. Oh my god. So we can using here the chat GPT, and we can do it manually. I got it manually, and it's really good news to me. And then so okay, let me go. What's value of SID attribute enterprise admins group? So net use get AD groups, and remember to set properties, receive all properties here. So we have to be doing all of things here with just changing with enterprise admins, right? So I'm just gonna say delete all of things here, and copy enterprise admins. And now I think time to be paste. Yes, value SID. Yes, it's equal this. So let me then enter. Yep, that's correct. Which container is stored deleted active directory objects? Use get AD domain to review the information. Okay. Active directory objects, get AD domain review to. Alright, for example, let me do it. So deleted object container is over there. And deleted objects DCSA. I think this will be good, the answer. Oh yeah, that's correct. So Now, as we are now about this enumerating through PowerShell, so I think we have to be go enumerating through BloodHound here. So BloodHound is this the tool, and yeah, it could be hard. Okay, now we have to be using here to BloodHound dash new sandbox. Okay, there's a download task file. Session inject.zip. So, okay, I'm just gonna be saying new tab, documents, cp has to Elliot enumerate. So actually it's giving some JSON file here. What we are doing here, Spurhound is Spurhound exa, and how is it gonna be working? Oh my god. Okay. So, alright, let me go there. So I think we have to be go here to on our PowerShell. So let me copy cd copy for what? C, and using here tools sharpen exit to how can we add in here to documents? Alright. Okay. Not cd. Where's gonna be cd here? We just have to be copy this. So ls now. Okay, and go for cd documents and alright, ls. So it's giving a sharpened exe file here. So we can run the sharpen exe to using with this command here, and I'm just gonna say enter. No, why is gonna be working? Sharpen exe collection methods. All domains that TryHackMe exclude DCS. Now it's not gonna be working here. So if you're gonna say dir here, you're getting this file. I think there's a something file is like that. I'm just gonna say dir. Nope. Where's this tools? It's gonna be something like that. I remember. And then now BloodHound now Forger console start on our Kali Linux terminal. Alright, let me try paste clipboard. I'm just gonna say yes. And I fix broken install with no packages. Yes. So this command, it could be equal to what command can be used to execute sharpen the exe. It could be equal to, so it's actually giving information about how can be using this tool, right? I don't like to use tools actually, guy. No, it's take time too much, but and okay. Oh my god, there's a too many time you have to be waiting. I'm just stop this video and continue this. So okay, I think it's time to be running here. Console start. I'm just gonna say yes. Oh, there's a 300 megabyte. Oh my god, it will take my time too much. You know, it's just okay. I think I have to be stop video now. Okay, guys, now let's start. We have to be BloodHound no sandbox here. I think to be running. Oh my god, the installation again. Fuck. Okay, now we are installing BloodHound here, guys. So we have to be adding here to bolt localhost like that, and go for neo4j username neo4j and neo4j, and password and username here neo4j and password neo4j again. No database found. What? What? Okay guys, I gave up here. I don't want to be using this tool. I generally using tool don't like it, and I hate using tool. You can, if you're using this tool and are reading all of things here, you get this answer correctly. So this is end of the video for enumerating Active Directory. So I thinking about it. In my opinion, I explained details all of things enumerating for Active Directory. So this is of end of the video. Now it's time to be pivoting and lateral moment on Active Directory.